For years, the question has lingered in the minds of fans and media alike. Who is the woman behind Yoo Yeon-seok's ever-charming smile? Is it Moon Ga-young, the elegant actress with whom he shared unforgettable chemistry on screen, or Chae Soo-bin, the grounded, effortlessly genuine talent who seems to radiate an unspoken connection with him? This isn't just idle gossip, this is a story that has captivated the Korean entertainment world, sparking thousands of fan theories, countless social media threads, and speculative tabloid headlines. Yoo Yeon-seok has always been a master at keeping his private life just that, private. Throughout his career, he's maintained a clean, professional image, rarely stepping into controversies or personal scandals. But his on-screen romances, especially with Moon Ga-young and Chae Soo-bin, were so convincing, so vividly emotional, that fans couldn't help but wonder, was there more to the story? As the dramas aired and behind-the-scenes footage trickled out, viewers found themselves analyzing every glance, every laugh, every moment of unspoken tension. With Moon Ga-young, Yeon-seok delivered one of the most talked-about performances of his career. Their project together became a cult favorite, not only because of the gripping storyline but also due to the undeniable spark between the two leads. Moon Ga-young, known for her ethereal beauty and sharp intelligence, brought a complex, alluring energy to their scenes. Fans were quick to latch on to subtle moments, a lingering look, a too genuine smile, and whisper about a potential off-screen romance. The media picked up on it almost instantly. Paparazzi began watching their movements, catching them leaving set together, laughing freely. While both stars denied any romantic involvement, stating they were close friends and colleagues, the public remained unconvinced. Was it just incredible acting? Or was there an emotional undercurrent neither was ready to admit? Then came Chae Soo-bin. Unlike the spark of mystery and glamour that surrounded Moon Ga-young, Chae Soo-bin represented a different kind of connection. Grounded, sincere, and quietly charismatic, her on-screen dynamic with Yoo Yeon-seok felt like watching a real-life love story unfold. There was something raw and authentic in the way they interacted. They weren't just lovers written into a script. They were partners who seemed to intuitively understand each other. Their project wasn't as explosively popular as the one with Ga-young, but it resonated deeply with those who watched. It was emotional, layered, and beautiful. And as always, the fans noticed the quiet moments between them off-screen, the subtle ways they supported each other during interviews, the way they never needed to say much to communicate. It didn't take long for speculation to begin again. But this time, it felt different. Fan communities began to split. Team Moon Ga-young versus Team Chae Soo-bin became a light-hearted, ongoing battle across online platforms. YouTube was flooded with fan edits, Instagram filled with speculative captions, and Reddit threads lit up with comparisons and theories. Every public appearance Yeon-seok made, people dissected. Who did he smile at more warmly? Whose social media posts did he like? Moon Ga-young continued to remain graceful and slightly distant about the rumors, giving interviews where she praised Yeon-seok's professionalism and humor but never hinting at anything more. Chae Soo-bin, ever calm and composed, was even more elusive, focusing her interviews on her work and sidestepping any personal questions. But the silence only fueled the fire. Midst of the storm, Yeon-seok remained resolutely silent. Until now. In an exclusive interview with a leading Korean entertainment magazine, Yoo Yeon-seok finally addressed the question head-on. It was a quiet afternoon in Seoul, the kind where the city slows down just enough to let the weight of a confession land gently. Sitting in a sunlit studio, dressed in a soft beige sweater and sipping green tea, Yeon-seok looked both relaxed and purposeful. He knew what he was about to say would ripple through headlines. And he was ready. The interviewer, after covering several routine questions about his latest drama, his thoughts on directing, and his recent travel to Europe, leaned in and asked the question fans had waited years to hear. So, Yeon-seok, between Moon Ga-young and Chae Soo-bin, holds your heart. He smiled. A slow, knowing smile. Looked down for a moment, as if gathering his thoughts. Perhaps his courage. And then, he looked back up and said, simply, "It's Chae Soo-bin. There was a long pause after the words left his mouth. A kind of silence that felt sacred. Even the interviewer, seasoned journalist used to revelations, seemed momentarily stunned. Because the answer was shocking, but because it felt so definitive. Yoo Yeon-seok continued, his voice calm but filled with quiet conviction. She's someone who makes everything feel peaceful. You know how some people just feel like home? That's what she is to me. In that moment, it became clear that this wasn't a publicity stunt, or a manufactured narrative. It was real. He went on to explain that what drew him to Chae Soo-bin wasn't just her talent or her beauty, though he had nothing but praise for both. It was the way she listened, the way she noticed when someone needed support without being told, how she handled pressure with grace, and how she laughed with her whole heart. With Soo-bin, nothing feels forced. We don't need to try too hard to understand each other. It just works. He paused and chuckled. Sometimes I think people expect love to be fireworks all the time, but real love, at least to me, is more like a fireplace. Warm, constant, something that keeps you going even on the cold days. Looking back, so many moments now seemed bathed in a different light. Those subtle glances at award shows, slightly too long embraces after joint interviews, the unspoken joy in simply being around one another, it all made sense now. Chae Soo-bin wasn't the flashy choice, she wasn't the center of the fan wars, but she had quietly won his heart. The interviewer, gently pressing, asked about Moon God-young. Was there ever something more than friendship? Yoo Yeon-seok shook his head with a respectful smile. Moon God-young is a wonderful person, I admire her deeply. We shared something special in our work, and I'll always be grateful for that. But it was never anything beyond that. Sometimes people see chemistry and assume it must be real. But actors are good at what we do. He didn't say it with arrogance, just honesty. For Chae Soo-bin, he admitted that what they shared had grown slowly, over time, away from the public eye. They were careful. Especially in an industry where every move could be misinterpreted. We didn't want to hide, he said, but we didn't want to put pressure on something that was still growing. He acknowledged that they weren't making any official declarations of dating. Labels don't matter as much to us as the connection itself. People call it love, or deep friendship, or something in between. We know what it is, and that's enough. Fans, predictably, exploded with emotion. Social media trended worldwide within hours of the interview's release. Some were surprised. Others claimed they'd always known, and many simply celebrated the beauty of the moment. Edits of the two began surfacing again, but this time with the sense of confirmation. This was no longer just a fantasy. This was real. What made the confession even more impactful was the grace with which it was delivered. Yoo Yeon-seok didn't romanticize or dramatize. He spoke with the quiet assurance of someone who had found something meaningful and chose to honor it. Chae Soo-bin, in her own statement a few days later, didn't confirm or deny, but her words echoed the same warmth. Some people come into your life and bring a kind of peace you didn't know you needed. Thankful for those people. In a world where celebrity relationships are often fleeting and overexposed, theirs felt refreshingly grounded. No spectacle, no paparazzi-fueled drama. Two people navigating connection in their own way, on their own terms. And perhaps that's the most beautiful love story of all. Not the one shouted from rooftops, but the one that unfolds in quiet moments, honest conversations, and unwavering support. As of today, Yoo Yeon-seok and Chae Soo-bin have not posted any joint selfies, made any red carpet appearances as a couple, announced any future plans. But maybe they don't need to. Because sometimes, one sentence is enough to change everything. It's Chae Soo-bin, and the world finally knows who holds Yoo Yeon-seok's